All right, Mr.Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? You won't hear me agree with Charles Barkley often. I'm not a Charles Barkley guy. I respect his platform. I respect that he's an NBA all-time great. Go watch the footage. And I respect that he's one of the greatest coming. Look, say what you want about Charles Barkley, Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless. Even I work with Stephen A. and Skip Bayless at ESPN. Say what you want about some of these polarizing personalities. But let's not argue the facts. They draw your eyes, all right? They have a platform in which, for good or for bad, you want to hear what they got to say. And I got to kind of walk back some of my words. Earlier in the season, Charles Barkley said LeBron and the Lakers won't make the playoffs, and they didn't. And I was wrong about that. So salute to Charles for being right about that one. And I think he's right about this one as well. We're leaving LeBron, Lakers. We're talking about Kyrie Irving here. So I don't know what the hell is up with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. They look miserable. All right, we're going to use that word miserable a lot more. They don't look happy playing basketball right now. Every time they're interviewed, they just look like they want to get away from the media. These are both NBA champions. I would say two of the 7, 8 most popular players in the NBA. Y'all agree with me, right? Like Kyrie and Kevin Durant, once you get outside of LeBron, because one's competing with LeBron for the best player in the game spot, one played with LeBron for 4 years, 3-4 years. I would say that Kyrie and KD are two of the 8 most popular players. Yeah, for sure. Like, your girlfriend knows. Your girlfriend might only watch the big games, might only watch the playoffs. She knows who Kyrie Irving is, and she knows who Kevin Durant is, right? Like, I think these are two of the most polarizing talents we got. Both phenomenal with the basketball. I mean, the handles on display, both just great. Might end up being teammates in a couple of months. It looks like they're setting that up in New York. Anywho, let's just call it what it is. They're kind of weird. I don't like using that word. I said I was going to kind of stay away from it, but I don't like when people take the fans for granted. And let's be fair to Kyrie and Kevin Durant. We are in the social media era, right? Where I have an opinion. You have an opinion. You can head to your Instagram account. You can go type in Kevin Durant and let them know you sucked tonight. All right? Kevin Durant doesn't know what you do for a living. Kyrie Irving doesn't go to your job day in and day out. He can't tell you you suck at your job. You watched him do his job on TV, right? And it's sometimes because we pay for tickets to these games or give them our attention, and we know these guys are millionaires, they make the big bucks. We believe it entitles us into their personal life, right? And we believe it entitles us to have opinions that are sometimes hurtful to these guys. It's the social media era. I would love to have seen Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley and some of these other greats have to deal with social media the way it is right now. I don't think a lot of them would be talking the talk that they talk now, looking down on guys. But I don't think they'd be handling it this bad. I don't know what the hell is up with Kyrie specifically. The other day, the Celtics were playing, if I'm not mistaken, they were playing the Houston Rockets. And as Kyrie was walking into the game in Boston, this is local media, right? So it's not like it's a road game. He's in Boston. A lot of those local reporters and photographers are guys that he sees day in, day out. If he plans on staying in Boston long term, these are guys that he knows, right? Maybe do dinner with from time to time, or his team does dinner with from time to time. That does happen, right? He's walking down telling the people, yo, when my NBA career is done, I won't miss this shit for 1 minute. And he's making comments in the post-game interviews saying, yo, I don't like the media. The media's breaking up locker rooms and all this and that. He doesn't seem happy with his position in life right now. Like, he doesn't look happy playing the game of basketball right now. I've already gave Kyrie and KD some credit. The media is out of control right now, looking for sound bites. 2 shoot-arounds a day sometimes, right? You get interviewed a couple times a day. You got interviews before the game sometime if you're a big-time star. After the game for sure, win or lose. We don't like doing things when we're not happy, right? And when you lose, you definitely don't want to talk to people. I think part of this is because Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics haven't met expectations. Also, I think there might be some truth in Kyrie wanting to leave, him and Kevin Durant wanting to leave and go elsewhere, maybe New York, and play basketball. And I think he's mad that the media is kind of calling him out on it. I'm going to be honest with you. As much as I empathize with Kyrie and Kevin Durant, at the end of the day, I have real problems. Like how my bills going to get paid a month or 2 down the line, right? You got real problems. You pay bills. You look to NBA as a form of entertainment. All right? And to be honest with you, me and you are not millionaires. We work hard for our money day in and day out. I look privileged to be in the position I'm in. I'm just a small YouTuber that makes enough money to make ends meet, buy equipment, and do all that. I'm blessed. let alone a guy that makes millions of dollars to play the game of basketball. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. We don't want to hear this shit from y'all, man. We don't want to hear these complaints. We don't want to hear this shit from y'all, man. These two athletes, upwards of $200, $300 million. Y'all are brands, right? You guys are going to be guys we look at 10, 15 years down the line. Both of these guys are making media companies right now, right? So you obviously know they're going to be around. Kyrie with the Uncle Drew, KD with the shoes. These guys are brands. They got media companies. They want to be involved in movies down the line. Kevin Durant's creating more content, online content with ESPN nowadays. Him and this guy, Rich Kleiman, they're going to only get bigger and better. Let's make it clear. Y'all want the fame that comes with being an athlete? Y'all got to take the good and the bad. To being millionaires, not having to stress about your bills. Man, shut that shit up and play basketball. You don't want to be a part of the limelight? You can play basketball for the love of the game. Go do it at the YMCA. I guarantee you there won't be any reporters there behind you. There won't be any photographers there following your every move. You won't hear news stories about you. All right, you won't see your name on TV. Take your ass to the YMCA and play basketball for free. Welcome yourself to the real world. Y'all got enough money. This ain't about money. You want to know why you won't do that? Because you love what the game of basketball brings with it. You just don't love it when you're on the negative side of it. So let's get into some of Charles Barkley's comments here in regards to what he thought about Kyrie pretty much calling out the media and saying he's unhappy with things. First, I want to put on the screen right now some comments from Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA. Now, Adam Silver is a player-friendly commissioner, much more player-friendly than David Stern, the last commissioner of the NBA. I think he was talking to Bill Simmons at some type of symposium, and he said, we are living in a time of anxiety. I think part of it is a direct product of social media. I think those players we're talking about, when I meet them, what strikes me is that they're truly unhappy. So Adam Silver was pretty much saying, there are guys in the NBA that are truly unhappy with their lives. The money, the fame, it ain't doing it for them. Social media, the followers, the attacks on their character just for playing the game of basketball, is getting to some of these guys. Now, Charles Barkley, he had comments that he gave to ESPN's Get Up. He said, I think that's probably the stupidest thing that I've ever heard Adam say. That's the stupidest thing I've heard any commissioner say. Listen, these guys are making $20, $30, $40 million a year. They're worth 6-7. They work 6-7 months a year. They stay at the best hotels. They ain't got no problems. That's total bogus. To have so much success, to have the world in the palm of his hands, Kyrie's going to make $40 or $50 million a year for the next 10 years. He's in movies, but Kyrie is one of the most miserable people I've ever seen. What a lot of these guys don't understand is when you're a star, and I've been a star, you get all the credit, but you get all the blame. That ain't right. That ain't fair. That's just how it is. That's just how the whole thing works. I'm with Chuck 100%. Kyrie, I don't want to hear your problems. I don't want to hear you complaining. Do you go through shit day in, day out? Yes. But I do too, and I got bills. And my bills ain't guaranteed played. I can't go play basketball for 48 minutes and get my bills paid, right? I can't think about generational wealth right now. I'm trying to get to that point. You in your 20s, you only 25, 26 years old. I'm 25 right now. I'm trying to get to that point in my 40s, in my 30s and 40s. You're already there as a young man. Fam, damn, cut your phone off. You want to know what's also something that Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant have in common? Let's look at one of my homies, Nick. He brought this up to me the other day. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant are both single. Last time I, heard they were both single men with no kids. And if you look at guys like LeBron James and Chris Paul and now even Dwayne Wade later in his life, you look at them, you can kind of see they love the game of basketball, obviously, but when they go home, they find a way to shut it off, and go back. And LeBron and Chris Paul, they're married to their high school sweethearts, if I'm not mistaken. You can tell they kind of shut it off and they go on with their lives. And I think there's really some truth in that. You might need a girlfriend, Kyrie, Kevin Durant. Y'all might need some kids, right, to kind of give you other things to value in life, right? Because right now it looks like the game of basketball is driving you crazy. You guys are single bachelorettes. What am I? Bachelors, right? Yeah, these guys are single bachelors that pretty much have everything that money could buy. They can go get the biggest crib in the world if they want to. They can do whatever they want, right? They can go get any chick they want. But I think these guys are unhappy because it's part-time chicks. When you don't come in with that high school sweetheart, let's call it what it is. Shit, you probably don't know who to trust. And the longer they go without finding, I don't want to get in these guys' personal business, but the truth is the truth. The longer these guys go without finding that one, first off, it's going to be harder to get that one. And second off, it's probably going to always give these guys an empty feeling that not even winning championships, being at the highest level at the game of basketball, not even the game of basketball can fulfill for these guys. You got to find other meanings to life outside of your job and your career. And I think right now, Kyrie and Kevin Durant have been unable to do so. That's probably why these guys, two of the best we've ever seen in the game of basketball, are so unhappy. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
All the kids, they are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Mr.Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV, here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.